बताया था मैंने आपको कौन कौन सी 5 तरह की बॉन्डिंग, आयनिक और इलेक्ट्रोवैलेंट, कोवैलेंट, देन कोऑर्डिनेट एंड देन मेटालिक बॉन्ड, एंड दिस लास्ट वन इज हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड. In fact, hydrogen bonding is a type of bonding, particularly when I am talking about hydrogen bonding, it's a type of bonding which is a weak bond. और हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होती कब है? जैसा मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था कि इट्स अ वीक बॉन्ड. हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग तब पॉसिबल है व्हेन अ मॉलिक्यूल कंटेन्स हाइड्रोजन एटम एंड दिस हाइड्रोजन एटम इज लिंक्ड टू अ हाईली इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एटम. अब इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव मतलब अगर आप पीरियोडिक टेबल में इस तरफ देखेंगे तो कार्बन के बाद जो नाइट्रोजन ग्रुप है, they need 3 more electrons to complete their octet. Oxygen group, it needs 2 more electrons to complete its octet. Halogen group, it needs 1 more electron. So halogen group, they are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetylene. They are highly reactive. तो अगर मैं इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव है और उसको X मान लो, किसको मान लो? X मान लो, तो you will find the shared pair. अगर इन दोनों को जैसे मैंने HCl ले लिया, if I take HCl, ठीक है, तो what is fluorine? Look at here the dot structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1, 7. Then hydrogen is having 1 electron. Clear? Let this be. Hydrogen shares 1 electron. तो ये पेयर बन रहा है और ये 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 2, 8. You know this shared pair of electron. ये चीज मैंने आपको पोलर और नॉन पोलर में भी बताया था. It's a polar covalent bond. This shared pair of electron is more attracted towards that element which is having more number of electrons. And that is why it develops a partial charge. This develops positive charge and this develops a negative charge. So what I wanted to say is that this shared pair of electron is more attracted towards that element which has more number of electrons. In fact, this is what you commonly call as electronegativity. Is this clear? अब इन दोनों में अगर मान लीजिए ये HX है, ठीक है, और इसके साथ एक दूसरा HX मॉलिक्यूल है, तो क्या होगा? इसका नेगेटिव, ये नेगेटिव है, ये पॉजिटिव है, ये पॉजिटिव है और ये नेगेटिव. इसका नेगेटिव इसके पॉजिटिव से क्या करेगा? अट्रैक्ट करेगा. बिकॉज पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव आपस में एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट करेगा. तो दिस नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एटम विल अट्रैक्ट दिस हाइड्रोजन दैट इज इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव. क्लियर? राइट है ना? गेटिंग मी? तो इनके बीच में ये देखिए यहाँ पे बॉन्ड तो बन रहा है. दे हैव अ बॉन्ड बट दैट बॉन्ड इज अ वीक बॉन्ड. व्हाट इज दैट बॉन्ड? That bond is a weak bond. इनके बीच में bonding बन रही है undoubtedly, but that bonding is a weak bond, as I told you. This weak bond between one electronegative atom of one molecule and the another electropositive atom of the another molecule. This weak bond is commonly called as hydrogen bonding. What it is commonly called as? फिर से बताऊं कि समझ में आ गया? This weak bond is commonly called as hydrogen. One HX molecule and another HX molecule. X is the electronegative part. अगर वो आपस में X और H आपस में एक दूसरे को क्या कर रहे हैं? अट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो they will form a weak bond, and that weak bond is commonly called as hydrogen bond. We always represent, as you can see, look at here. This weak bond, this hydrogen bond, is always shown in terms of dotted line. The hydrogen bond is always shown in terms of the dotted line. Is this clear? कई जगह पे इसको हम ये जो dotted line मैंने जो शो किया है, this dotted line is always commonly called as hydrogen bonding. इस hydrogen bonding को हम लोग hydrogen bridge भी बोलते हैं. It is also called as hydrogen bridge. What it is called as? It is also called as hydrogen bridge. जैसा मैंने आपको बताया था. But there are certain conditions for hydrogen bonding. As I told you that there are certain conditions for hydrogen bonding. Clear? सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि मॉलिक्यूल के पास ये दोनों होने चाहिए. it should have a hydrogen and which is attracted or attached to a highly electronegative atom. So the first condition is that the molecule must have a highly electronegative element. The molecule must have a highly electronegative element. दूसरी चीज, the size of the electronegative, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, atom should be smaller. देखिए, electronegative element का size जो है वो छोटा होना चाहिए. क्यों ऐसा होना चाहिए? जितना small size होगा, उतना ज्यादा electrostatic forces of attraction होगा. So the size of this electronegative element must be small. Clear? So these are the two conditions. Is this clear? Right? है ना? And एक चीज और है, mostly hydrogen bonding कौन बनाते हैं? Fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen. Mostly, maximum fluorine को भी include कर लीजिए. Mostly they form fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen. They can form hydrogen bonds. क्यों hydrogen bonds? इनका size fluorine, oxygen और nitrogen especially बोल रहा हूँ. Their size is small. What their size is small. Is this clear? और सबसे अच्छी बात और भी है, एक तो इनका साइज छोटा है, and the second thing is they have very high electronegativity. What do they have? They have very high electronegativity. अब मैं इसके कुछ एग्जांपल्स आपको समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. सबसे पहले मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ HF का. And what is HF? Hydrogen bond of hydrogen fluoride. As you can see, fluorine, it is having a highest value of electronegativity. Highest value of electronegativity मतलब in the entire periodic table, fluorine is the only element which is highly electronegative. Or I must say perhaps most electronegative is fluorine. अब यहाँ पे fluorine के साथ में अगर आप देखेंगे crystalline solid तो बना रहा है. यहाँ पे fluorine hydrogen bond जो है, you can see it is 100 picometer. How much it is? 100 picometer. And hydrogen fluorine bond is 155 picometer. Again you can see this is positive, this is negative. This is positive, this is negative and this is negative. And you can see in this structure. Clear? The bond angle between this, you can see the bond angle, hydrogen, fluorine, hydrogen. It is 140 degree. What is the bond angle? It is 140 degree. After this HF molecule, अगर आप लोग ध्यान से देखेंगे, you can see this is the hydrogen bridge. As you can see here, between one HF and another HF, this is the solid lines and this is the hydrogen bridge. So this one is the hydrogen bonding between hydrogen and fluorine. Clear? After this structure, we will next talk about water. After this structure, we will next talk about what you call as water. Water again is connected in which two hydrogen atoms, they are connected to highly electronegative oxygen atom. So you will find what is the water structure? HOH. This is delta positive and two delta negative. Why? Because two hydrogen atoms, they are connected with each other. But on the other hand, if you see this structure, again you will develop that these two OH bond, they are forming hydrogen bridges. What they are forming? Hydrogen bridges. And again HOH and here also HOH. Then again this is negative, this is positive, this is positive. Here also this is positive, and this is negative. In fact, oxygen atom, it attracts the shared pair of electrons. Clear? And that is why oxygen is attracting this shared pair of electron and this shared pair of electron. That is why it is becoming electronegative and this is becoming electropositive. Is this clear? Right? है ना? और एक चीज और देखिए, ऑक्सीजन, look at here, ऑक्सीजन का जो नेगेटिव एंड है, वो हाइड्रोजन को अपनी तरफ क्या कर रहा है? अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है. तो नेगेटिव एंड ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन is attracting the positive end of the hydrogen. Am I clear to everyone? This you people must remember in your mind. If I talk about the bond length, so hydrogen oxygen bond, this is 177 picometer. This is 177 picometer, and this bond length, that is the dotted OH bond, this OH bridge hydrogen bond is 177, and this OH bond, if you see, it is 99 picometer. This is all about the hydrogen bonding. Next we will talk about one more structure, and that is ammonia. Is this clear to everyone? Next we will talk about one more structure, and that is what you commonly call as ammonia. As ammonia, you will find that nitrogen is again highly electronegative, and one nitrogen atom is connected with 3 other hydrogen atoms. Right? So what you will find, how will the structure go? The structure will go on like this. You have the bridge hydrogen, then 1, 2, and then 3. Clear? So this is 3 delta negative, this is delta positive, delta positive, delta positive. And you can see one ammonia atom, one ammonia molecule is combined with another ammonia molecule by hydrogen bridge. As you can see here, again the hydrogen, then 1, 2, and then again 3. And this is again the same, you can find it out. Clear? So here also you will have a bridge. Clear? Hydrogen bonding उसमें कुछ इस तरीके से हो रही है. The negative part of nitrogen is attracted to the positive part of the hydrogen. This all is commonly called as hydrogen bonding. Clear? But as I very clearly told you that hydrogen is a very weak bond. Clear? और ये जो whenever we have weak bond, we call this as hydrogen bridge. But this weak force of attraction is also known as van der Waals forces of attraction. What it is also known as van der Waals forces of attraction. Is this clear? Right? So strength of hydrogen bond is in between the weak van der Waals forces of attraction and the covalent bonds. Is this clear? This you must remember. So there is a difference between hydrogen bond and covalent bond. Hydrogen bond में क्या होता है? It involves the dipole-dipole interaction in hydrogen bond. But covalent bond, it involves clearly what? Sharing of electrons. Clear? Right? And so many rest of the points we have that we will discuss in the next class. There is nothing else than that. This is what you commonly call as the weak forces of attraction. Amongst that you have the hydrogen. Thank you.